Good day, this is Teacher Rowan. I'll be your guide in exploring Google Apps for education, for teaching and learning. In Google for Education, teachers can connect and collaborate easily while staying on task. It gives teachers the freedom to spend more time personalizing the learning experience and less time managing it. Students can learn essential skills such as 21st century problem solving, which they can use it in their future careers. As such, the accessibility features will also help and assist every learner to do their best work. Google offers different useful applications that we can use to connect education to technology. This will help our teachers as a 21st century educators to innovate and find ways on how to make teaching and learning more exciting, engaging, effective, and flexible to the demands of the society. Let's re-explore the education experience by discovering new angles to create, collaborate, and communicate as one. Para sa bata, para sa bayan, at para sa guro. Ang pagkatuto huwag gawing komplikado. Sulong edukalidad.
Magandang araw, Sir Wilbur po, at your service. Narito ang ETUlay upang gabayan ka sa inyong pag-aaral upang lubos na maunawaan ang iba't ibang paksa o subject. Ang ETUlay ay isang free online tutorial class na pinangungunahan ng ICT's Educational Technology Unit sa pamumuno ni Undersecretary Elaine Del B. Pascua. Ang programang ito ay hindi lamang para sa mga bata, kundi ito rin ay magsisilbing gabay sa mga magulang at mga guro kung paano nila ituturo o gagabayan sa bawat asignatura ang kanilang mga anak o mga estudyante. Sa kasalukuyan, ang self-learning module mula sa rehiyon ng Calabarzon at kilala sa tawag na pivot ang ginagamit sa ating ETUlay online class. Kaya ano pang hinihintay ninyo? Ihanda na ang inyong mga ballpen o lapis, papel o kwaderno at samahan kaming itulay ang pagkatuto para sa bawat batang Pilipino. Sama-sama tayong magtutulungan para malampasan ang mga hamon sa panahong ito. Halina't matuto kasama ang inyong online tutor sa oras na ito.
Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Talk Tuesday ulit. Ayan. So you are here with me again this afternoon with Sir DJ, your boy. Alright. So maraming salamat, Sir Wilbur at Ma'am Wei, sa isang mabangis na naman na introduction na. Ayan. Alright. So, kamusta? How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are well and are having a good time. Kasi this afternoon, we're gonna learn something very, very, very special. Are you ready for that? I'm sure you are. Well, if you are ready, type na ang thumb up natin sa comment section natin. Ayan, kagaya ng usual natin ginagawa. So, ayun, before I begin, so we are live at so many different platforms. So, sana kasama ko pa rin kayo hanggang mula from the beginning up until the end of this online tutorial that we are going to have this afternoon, Talk Tuesday. So, ayun po. So, let me just pull up my slides here. Ayan. There we go. As I've mentioned, we are live at DepEd Educational Unit Facebook page, DepEd Philippines, and DepEd Tayo Facebook page. Also in YouTube, we are live at DepEd Educational Unit and DepEd TV. So, ayan. So, kagaya sinabi ni Sir Wilbur, we are doing this so that we can still learn despite of the situation that we have right now. And I'm so happy that you guys are with me this afternoon. All right. So, tignan muna natin kung sino mga kasama natin ngayon. Shout out kay Ma'am Rowena Carion from Santiago North Central School Sped Center. Hello po, Ma'am Rowena. Good afternoon. So, ayan. Shout out kay Boss Hamil. Gandang hapon, Sir DJ. Gandang hapon, Boss Hamil. Isa sa mga malulupit nating online sa ETUlay. Bukas siya, the same time, 5:20 sa klase sa gramatika. Panoorin niya si Sir Hamil. I'm sure you will learn a lot of things from him. From Agnes Chawaya, watching from Rizal. Hello po. Violi Chiril Senit Bugtong. Hi, I'm from Teacher Violi Bugtong from Lahug Night. High School, Cebu City. Hello po. Sa YouTube, nag-comment si Sir Ryan Ian Onga. Hello po, Sir, grade 6 in Pasong Tamo Elementary School. Hello! Kakatuwa, no? Pati yung mga elementary na nanonood sa atin. Stay tuned, guys. Alalayan kayo ni Sir DJ. As I always say, speech class is a safe place. You know, we're all in the same boat, in the boat of learning. Kasama-sama tayo dyan. So, Annalie Gonzalez Dano, good afternoon, watching from Kidapawan City Division. Hello po. Si Bill Andrew, si Rico, fire daw. Si John Joy Junio, hello kuya. John Briones, good afternoon Sir DJ Freddy Caldino. Hello, good afternoon sa inyong lahat. And thank you for being with me for another Talk Tuesday, as I always say. So ayan, this episode or this session that we are going to have this afternoon is very, very special. Kasi if you've seen my Facebook post, sabi ko, today we're going to learn to send a message without even speaking. So you might be asking right now, so DJ, speech class though. Then why are you saying that we are not going to speak? I'm not saying we're not going to speak. What I mentioned is we can actually send a message without even speaking, right? With just making a sound or moving, right? Ang tawag natin doon ay body language. Now, um, always remember, guys, the most important thing in communication is hearing what is not said. Sounds ironic, right? Parang medyo, how can I hear what is not said? Right? We're going to learn that this session. Now, I'm sure you had experiences no, before with your friends. No? Kunyari, kinamusta mo yung friend mo, hi, kamusta ka? And then he says, or she said, I'm okay. The term I'm okay can mean so many things. Right? Do you agree? Yung I'm okay na yan, minsan iba-iba ibig sabihin yan. For example, he or she said it this way. I'm okay. That sounds sarcastic, right? Maybe you're the reason he's not okay. But if somebody says like this, I'm okay, it doesn't sound that she's okay or he's okay, right? So it could mean so many things. The way a word or the way words are said, the way words are delivered can affect actually the meaning of what people are trying to say. Now, these are what we call nonverbal communication. We don't use words. We don't use sentences or paragraphs, but we are sending a message, right? So yun, nonverbal tawag natin dyan. So hello po, Princess May, hello from sa YouTube nag-comment. Good afternoon, Sir DJ from Hazel Lauren. Hello, good afternoon, ma. Of your mouth from Ryle Ian Ongay. Right, oh, tama. A speech means the sound could be coming from your mouth. But here's the thing, man. There are many aspects of speech, not just the words that you utter. Violi, Cheryl, Senit Bugtong, right? Tama po. Nonverbal communication. Delivery matters. Kay Ma'am Pam. Hello, Ma'am Pam. So medyo may ano yung tinype ni Sir, may accent. Nonverbal communication. All right. Now, believe it or not, boys and girls, the human brain can read facial expression within 200 milliseconds. Imagine that. That's so fast. Parang the moment you see a person, parang kakakita mo lang sa kanya, you know what his facial expression means. Just like in animals. No? Sa animals kasi, they use the sense of smell. Right? Tayo mga tao, we read facial expressions. And we read it in a very, very fast manner. Na sobrang bilis. Okay? Now, let's try how fast you guys can read facial expressions. I have here, I'll be showing you clips or somehow a GIF, the things that repeat, images that repeat, just like this one right now. As fast as you can, okay? This will be a typing game or typing game in your phones. As fast as you can, I want you to tell me what could the facial expression mean or in their heads. What could these people be saying in the pictures that I will be showing you? Okay, can you do that? If you're up for that, if you're ready for that, then say yes or type down a thumb up in our comment section. Come on. Kung ready kayo doon. Ulitin ko ha. Papakita ako ng picture or GIF or video, short clip, tapos, as fast as you can, try to tell me what's the facial expression. What does the facial expression means? And kung ano kaya sinasabi nila sa isip nila habang ginagawa nila yung facial expression na yan. Okay? Ayan, yes, yes daw. Ready na lahat. Okay, good. Thumbs up. Very good. Now, here's the first one. What could this mean? So we can see a female, chewing a gum or whatever. And then her eyes are wide open and they are moving from, in my part, it's from left to right. What could this expression mean? Come on, type it down. O kaya, ano kayang sinasabi niya sa isip niya? Good afternoon, tutor. Ma'am Jennifer. Hello, good afternoon po. Ayan. So ano kayang expression nito, guys? Ano kayang facial expression? Ano kayang nafe-feel ni ate ngayon? Come on, type it down. I'll be waiting for your answers and we'll discuss. Ayan, sabi ni Ryle Ian Ongay, the girl is angry and self-talking using brain that no one can hear. Sabi ni Ma'am Violi, si Violi Senit Bugtong, nervous daw. Ayan. It is like disgust. Nervous. Ayan. Marami na nagsasagot sa atin, no? And most of you guys are correct, no? Pero sometimes we could be wrong kasi minsan iba, no? But this actually shows us a nervous or a scared expression. Ayan. Paano natin nasabi, no? Na nervous or scared siya? Because she looks so uneasy, right? Parang hindi siya comfortable. And she's thinking about maybe ang iniisip niya, hala, baka magkamali ako. Hala, I might say something wrong and they will judge me about it. Yan. Yun yung pwedeng tumatakbo sa isip niya, right? Kaya ganyan yung facial expression niya. Good one. Good one. Marami nakakuha ng tamang answer. Okay? Let's try the next one. What about this one? Ayan. And then, what could this hand gesture and facial expression mean? Come on, type it down. Tingnan natin kung gaano kayo kabilis. No idea, mind blown. Yan, sabi ni Freddy, mind blown. Sabi ni Violi, no idea daw. Pwedeng ganyan, no? What else? Thinking, sabi ni Princess May. Kasi nakaganon siya, no? So probably, this guy's thinking. And then he did this. What could that mean? Ayan. I can't believe it. Yan, pwede rin. Wow, your answers are very good. Nakakatuwa. Now, this guy is telling us a confused expression or lost. Sabi ni Ryle is thinking what to do or he's thinking what to do. Then he didn't think or he doesn't have any idea. So probably he's confused or lost. Kaya siya ganyan. Parang, I'm trying to understand what's happening. But then again, I give up. I can't understand. Right? That's what's probably running through his thoughts as he was doing it. This hand gesture. Right? Confused or lost. Now, how would you feel if you were standing in front of a stage, in front of a crowd rather, on a stage, and then somebody does this? Parang, right? Parang magigets mo na, oh, teka lang, di niya nagigets. Hindi niya naiintindihan. Maybe I'll try to elaborate more. Yan. Ang facial expression or gestures that we do, hindi lang sa atin yun as a speaker, as someone who delivers a speech. It could also come from the audience. And it could be a clue for us what to do next. Right? Keep that in mind. Here's the next one. Ito, very famous tong clip na to. Ayan, ganyan siya. Ayan. He's slouching on the couch and then his hand or his arm is over his head and he has his foot raised. Yung tuhod niya medyo nakaangat. Ano kayang nito? Ano kaya iniisip niya? Ano kayang expression ang dinideliver nito ni Kuya? Sabi ni Jojan Pakis, hi, hello po. Like he breaks something he didn't have any idea to fix her or his mess. Tama po. Daydreaming, sabi ni Violi. Daydreaming. Pwede, no? Galing. Pwede nga reveal the answer. Kasi parang medyo nalilito, no? Nako-confused tayo. What should I do? Sabi ni Kelvin Santos. Tama nga naman, pre. Pwede yun ang iniisip niya. But this body language could be saying or telling us that somebody or he is bored or uninterested. Diba? Kapag ka nagde-deliver ka ng speech or nagre-report ka, may pinapakita ka sa mga classmate mo, tapos may nakita kang ganyan, isa lang ibig sabihin niya, pare. He's not having fun. He's uninterested. He doesn't care about what you're saying. You know, yung una, nakatingin siya sa kisame. It probably means that he's thinking of something else. Hindi yung sinasabi mo sa kanya. Hindi yung dinideliver mong speech or message. Sabi ni Joanne, missing someone. Hugot. Pwede, no? Sobrang bored siya sa speech mo or sobrang uninterested siya, nag-isip na lang siya ng ibang tao. Pwede. Now, let's try this one. What could this body language mean? Look at his face and look at the way he stands up. And then, the way he drops his arm. Ayan pa. Ano kaya ibig sabihin niyan? Ano kaya ang tumatakbo sa isip niya? What is this guy trying to tell us? Papailing po. Ano kaya sinasabi nito? Exhausted, sabi ni Freddy. Pwede, no? Jonathan malamang. Hello, kuya. Ronald Biluan, give up. Joanne, regret. Sabi ni Ryle, he's bored to his life. Nothing to do or no ideas. Sabi ni Violi, giving up on something. Wow, your answers are really, really interesting. Magaling kayo magbasa ng body language, no? He's probably feeling tired or feeling lazy. That's why he did this, because he gives up. I don't want to do it anymore. Ayoko na. I give up. Tama kayo, no? He's bored in his life. Right? But probably pagod na siya or tinatamad siyang gawin yung isang bagay na yun. Good. He's bored in his life. I give up. All right, let's try this one. Ayan. You know this girl. She's Ariana, right? What could this body language mean? The way she stands? The way she holds the thing? Is that a folder or a file? I don't know. The way she waves her hand? And chin up. What could that mean? Sabi ni Joanne, confident. Yan. Freddy said confident. Kelvin, confident. Tama, pre. Good. Ayan. So obviously, in this clip, Ariana Grande is saying that I'm confident. Ay, sabi ni Violi, ang iniisip niya siguro, I'm confident and I know my thing. Right. That's right, girl. Tama. So, itsura pa lang nito, sobrang confident na, no? Dating, ang lakas. She's thinking that she has everything she needs. Confident. Ayan, tama yung mga answer niyo. Nakakatuwa. Very good. Obviously, she's showing great amount of confidence, right? He is confident. Princess, she is confident. Yeah. She's confident. Kita mo naman. Now, among those 5 images that I've shown you, if you see a speaker like this, kita mo naman, no? Pag ganyan yung tumayo on stage, of course, definitely, you listen, right? Not because she was able to carry herself very well, but because she looks very confident and she looks like she knows what she's doing, right? Now, fact of the day. Here's what I want you to remember. The audience can read your body language like a conversation. Kita niyo yung mga images natin kanina? And yung mga pictures na yun, they don't have words in them. Walang words, right? But then again, we were able to understand what they are trying to tell us. Because the audience, they are not just there to listen. They have their eyes wide open and they're looking at you. And they're telling you that, hey, I can read everything that you're doing, right? Even though you know your piece very well, for example, you know the ins and outs of your topic when you deliver it in front of your classmates or in front of a big crowd. But then again, you don't look confident. The audience will understand that, hey, you're not that prepared, maybe, right? And just like what they are doing to you, they're watching what you're doing. You can also do that to them. You can also read their body language. Kagaya nung kanina, yung batang nakaganon. If you saw that in your speech, ibig sabihin nun, boring na. Do something, right? It's your responsibility as a speaker. Pagka nakikita mo na lumilipad na yung isip nila, no? You have to do something about it. Huwag nating sayangin yung oras na yung sinasabi mo, wala nakikinig, right? So, let's both read each other's body language. Yeah. Now, remember, just like what I told you before in our previous lessons, effective communication is only 20% of what you know and 80% of how you feel about what you know, right? So it doesn't matter if you know your material very well, perfect, alam na alam mo siya, pero nung tumayo ka sa stage, inatake ka ng stage fright, no? Wala na. You don't look confident, right? So the audience, for example, your classmates, nagre-report ka sa harap, no? They can feel they can feel something or they can read. They know what you're feeling about what you're telling them. For example, you're trying to deliver a speech or a report or whatever in front of a crowd, in front of your classmates, your friends, your co-workers, your colleagues, your co-teachers, or whatever. A topic that you do not agree upon, you don't agree on. A topic na ikaw mismo ayaw mo, di ka agree, pero ikaw inutusan mag-deliver. Do you think it will be an effective delivery of the speech? Definitely not. Because your audience will understand that, hey, you don't believe what you're saying. How come you want us to believe that? Right? So, ganun yun. So, yung mga comments natin, puntahan ko lang, no? Confident daw, sabi ni Jules Santiago. I'm like you're angry because they bullied you. You don't know what to say or what to do to stop them. Swak sa akin, Sir TY, so much event host here. Hello, Sir Ronald Biluan. Yan. Being an event host, yan, kailangan alam mo rin yan. At it makakatulong to sa atin. All right. According to Jim Ron to, guys, by the way, I just want to reiterate. Now, here are the red flags that I want you to remember. The things that you don't want to do in your speech. You shouldn't do these. Okay? The moment you realize that you're actually like this, it's a sign. You have to do something. All right? Ready? Kapag ka guilty kayo sa red flags, okay lang yan. Sometimes, ganun talaga eh. Sa umpisa, minsan, we're in the learning process, we commit mistakes. As I've mentioned, speech class is a safe place. It's a comfortable place. We can make mistakes here, but then again, we will work on it. All right? Now, the first one, not wanting to have eye contact. All right? Napansin nyo guys, nung minsan nag-report kayo nung high school or nung college, nung nagkaroon kayo ng thesis defense, nung nag-deliver ka ng kung ano-anong mga topics in front of your classmates, o kayo mga teachers na nagmamasteral or humarap sa klase. Merong mga tao na when they are in front of a crowd, they don't want to make eye contact. That's wrong. Cardinal sin yun. Wag natin gagawin yan. Kasi when we establish eye contact with our audience, we are telling them that, hey, we are connected. Right? Ganon. And here are the three things. Three types of speakers. The first type is the floor man. Meron ba kayong mga naaalala na tumayo sa harap tapos nakatingin sa floor? That's a floor man. Kasi ayaw niya maggawa ng eye contact. Nakaharap siya sa floor. Walang connection sa audience. He doesn't see or he will not see what the audience are doing. And so the reader, and yung the reader naman, yung meron siyang hawak na material, tapos binabasa niya lang doon. Yan, wala na namang eye contact. And the famous one, the famous, as the millennials say it. When we say the famous one, ito yung yung speaker na hindi namamansin, nakatalikod, okay, nakaharap sa board, nakaharap sa PowerPoint. 'Di ba? Di kayo pinapansin, pero audience kayo. Suplado. Yan. So remember, pag napapansin mo that you're not making eye contact, do something about it. Hindi pwedeng pabayaan mo lang na ayoko mag-eye contact, I'm not comfortable with it. The speech will not be effective. Yun ang price you have to pay. So, sabi, having an eye contact shows that you got called and he know what to do or what to say. Sorry, napaghalo ko. Having an eye contact shows that you are entirely engaged adjective to what you are about to tell them. Like he's confident, he's in the first when he got called, he don't know what to do or what to say. Yan, pwede yun, no? Parang minsan, no, sa class, teacher, taas ka kamay. And then when you stand there, wala na. Nablanko ka na. You don't want to make eye contact anymore. Or even, the most common thing, pag recitation part, si teacher nakatayo. Gusto niya may magsalita from the class. You don't want to make eye contact. Right? You don't want to look at your teacher kasi, alam mo, tatawagin ka kasi magkakaroon kayo ng bam connection. It's the same thing. It works that way. Red flag number 2. Repetitive hand gestures. Ayan. Merong mga tao, speakers, teachers, even businessmen, even managers, even mga magagaling na talagang public speaker, na meron silang repetitive hand gestures. Kapag yung hand gestures nyo, guys, paulit-ulit, it distracts your audience. Saan mapupunta yung topic? Saan mapupunta yung focus nila? Sa ginagawa mo na, hindi na sa message na dinideliver mo. Right? As I've mentioned, hand gestures are vital. Pero, if they are repetitive, they become distracting. You know the open book move? Yung open book move, yung ganun, no? Can you see this? Yung may nagde-deliver ng lesson, nagkaklase, or nagde-deliver ng speech in front of a crowd. Sinasabi niya, you know, what we do in our everyday life is like this and like that, blah, blah, blah. It's like he's opening a book. That's the open book move. Ito yung commonly talagang ulit-ulit na gagawa. Next is the prayer move. Yung mga speakers na lagi nakaganyan. Ganyan. Pwedeng ganito or ganito. If you see a speaker like this, ang iisipin ng audience na bakit ka nakaganyan because you're nervous, you know, you're comforting yourself or something, and then kaya ka nakaganyan. Guys, ito, I will go to it later. Pero if you do this, you're making a barrier between yourself and the audience, right? Pag gumanyan ka. So the prayer move, you do that in the church, right? But in public speaking, let's try to avoid that. And the next is the semi-reverse clap. As you can see in my GIF or in my clip right there, this is the semi-reverse clap, right? Paulit-ulit na ito nagagawa. But it's okay to use this. By the way, guys, what I'm saying here is that pwede mo siyang gawin, pero hindi pa ulit. Hindi yung talagang every word na sinasabi mo, ginagawa mo yung mga ganitong hand gesture, and becomes very distracting to your audience, right? Pag yung ganyan, na paulit-ulit, lalo may tunog to. Tapos na-receive, na-feed ng mic mo yun, it becomes distracting, right? So yun, mga repetitive hand gestures are red flag number 2. Red flag number 3, the things that we should avoid. Poor stance. Ayan. Look at the guy. He's slouching. His chest is caved in. Yung nakapasok sa loob yung chest. Diba? Parang, pagka nakaganyan, he's not confident. He's scared. He looks scared. Right? Another thing is unnecessary dance moves. Yung mga classmates yun na humakakbang left and right. Yun, poor stance yun. Of course, heavy shoulders. Pag nakabagsak yung shoulder ng speaker, he looks like he's not confident about what he's saying. So yan, iwasan natin yan. Red flag number 4. Ay, look at the guy. Doesn't know what to do. Doesn't know what to do with his hands. Even the way he stands. Parang iba-iba na itsura, right? Red flag number 4, creating an imaginary shield. Ayun yung sinasabi ko kanina, yung prayer position. Nakaganyan. Imaginary shield mo yan. Remember, when you deliver a speech in front of a crowd, you need to be open. Right? You're giving yourself to them, your ideas to them. So parang isipin mo na lang, don't block yourself. May binabasa ka, don't block yourself. Pag arms crossed, nakaganyan ka. Imagine if a speaker is like this. He looks parang bad trip or what. Parang ayaw niya kayong kausap or whatever. Right? Parang, whatever. Parang ganyan. Next is the wishy-washy. Yung wishy, nakaganyan. Parang nag-wish. Yung washy, yung mga ganun. Right? Parang may binabalak na masama. That's the wishy-washy pose. Alright? Bakit na naman hindi maganda yon? Kasi as I've said, you're blocking yourself to them. Parang may harang. Right? And another is the fig leaf pose. If you're not familiar with the fig leaf pose, ayan siya, yung picture dyan, yung nakaganon. I call it the protect the bird pose. Kasi pag nakaganyan siya, parang you are protecting the crotch area. Again, this is a barrier. So parang you're not open to them, right? Red flag number 5, not maximizing the space. Okay, hiding behind the great wall. What I mean by great wall is that the podium, yung sa picture dyan, yung podium, right? Parang pag lagi ka lang nando, podiums are good. Yes, you can use it pag may speech. Sir, pag may podium po ba, bawal umalis? It depends on you. It depends on how you reach out to the audience. So pag may podium, landong ka lang lagi, whereas may freedom ka naman gumalaw on stage, you're hiding behind the great wall. Yeah. Next is the biased. Yung may speaker, pero sa left side lang siya ng room nagsasalita. Or sa right side lang siya. Bakit? Kasi ando yung mga friends niya. Right? So huwag tayo maging ganun. Don't do that. And of course, being a statue on stage. When I say being a statue on stage, halimbawa may podium. Umalis ka nga sa podium or lectern. Pumunta ka sa gitna. But then you did not move. Di ka na naggalaw doon. Naging statue ka na on stage. You're not maximizing the space. Later, I will explain to you bakit kailangan i-maximize yung space. Alright? Kevin Domingo, shoutout po. Shoutout, Boss Kevin. Yun. Now, always remember this. We are always, all the time transmitting information. Even though we are not speaking, we are giving people information. We are telling them something about ourselves kahit di tayo nagsasalita. For example, nakita niyo si Sir DJ lalakad sa daan, ganyan. And then, my lips are like this. And then I rolled my eyes like this. See, I did not speak. Pero nakita mo na parang, may attitude to si Sir DJ. See? That's because body language, kahit di ka magsalita, you are transmitting information to people. So, ganun lagi yun. Always yun, hindi nawawala yan. Your language, whether it be verbal or non-verbal, shapes who you are. So, yun nga, pag nakita mo Sir DJ na ganyan, uninterested, parang nag-attitude, mabubuwagad yun sa isip mo na ganun si Sir DJ. Especially in the first impression. Ganyan, right? Now, remember, words are never enough. Kagaya ng sinabi ni Ma'am Pam kanina sa comment. More than words. We have to learn how to use our body, our face, our eyes, our hands, and everything. So here are sa DJ's tips, sa DJ's hacks, kung paano natin nagawa ng paraan yan, yung mga hand gestures. Tip number 1, stand steadfast and appear steadfast. When I say steadfast, you should stand firm. Pero guys, hindi lang stand firm. You have to be firm. Kailangan itsura mo firm. So, ang ganda nga ng tayo mo, no? In front of a crowd. Pero naka-t-shirt ka at naka-short. Again, hindi rin yun believable. So you have to stand steadfast and appear steadfast. So you should stand with feet apart, shoulder width. Hindi mo naman kailangan sukatin. Na, kailangan pantay yung paa ko sa balikat ko. No? Hindi ganun. Tansya lang. Alright? So, and because of that, you will look smart. Kasi pag tumayo ka ng firm, tumayo ka ng solid, parang sinasabi mo sa audience mo na, I stand firm and my message is solid. Parang ganun. Nagre-radiate dun sa kung ano sinasabi mo. Next is move around. Move around the stage. Pero don't loiter. Ito, common mistakes na ginagawa ng mga public speaker. Kala nila, pag nag-move ka, naglakad-lakad ka sa buong venue, pati sa pagitan ng mga audience, okay yun. No. What I'm trying to say here is that you can move. You should move, actually. Pero don't loiter around. Huwag ka mamasyal. Huwag ka maglakad-lakad doon sa venue. Imagine mo lang yung mga audience mo naglakad-lakad. Ganun. Right? They will have a hard time listening to you. Next is the word understand. The purpose of our speech is for us to be understood. Right? Para maintindihan yung sinasabi natin. Right? Now, the word understand has a different meaning. Ito, sa akin lang doon. You stand under the message and your audience. So you are between them. You're the middleman. So you have to understand what you're saying for them to understand. Right? So yung tayo mo doon, namamagitan sa message na gusto mong sabihin at yung mga maiintindihan ng audience mo. Okay? Tip number 2. Here's a perfect example of a good posture on stage. Open arms, kasi pinapakita niya na, hey, I'm open. I'm open for your questions, suggestions, or whatever. And I'm giving this to you comfortably. Look at his feet. Diba? Shoulder width. Yung pantay yung tayo. He looks smart, right? Pati yung itsura niya, pati yung pananamit niya. He looks good. Because of this, we will focus on him. We will listen. Mukha siyang credible. Mukha siyang reliable. Tip number 2, move from left to right. Hindi left mo, left ng audience. Right? Bakit? Because parang may psychological effect yan na lalo pag pinag-uusapan mo chronology, pagkakasunod-sunod, halimbawa, in the late 1800s, 1900s, 21st century. Yan. So, dineliver mo siya from left to right, the way people read, at least in the West, right? The way we read is from left to right. Because of that, yung movement mo on stage, parang you mimic the reading pattern. Ang galaw ng audience mo ganyan. Alam nila ngayon that what you said this part of the stage is the past, and what you said here could be the present or the future, right? So nagkakaroon ng visual support yung sinasabi mo. Here's what I mean. Their left is your right, and their right is your left, of course, because you're facing your audience. So you have to consider the house left to the house right. So ganun ang pagtawid natin. So parang sabi ko nga, we mimic the reading pattern. So kung nakita nyo dyan sa stage right, doon ka magsisimula maglakad if you're talking about something in the past, or step number 1. And then as you go on with the other steps or the other parts, other stages, other parts of your chronology, you go to stage left. Therefore, gagano sila, titingin sila. Right? Visual support. Okay? Tip number 3, breathe. Ayan, importante. May mga speakers na sobrang alam nila sinasabi nila. So, blah, 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 blah. Biglang habulin. It's distracting. O kaya, uubos saglit kasi naubusan na. Right? Learn to breathe. It is a movement, yes, of course. Parang, for example, nagsasalita yung speaker, tapos parang napapansin niya, bored yung mga iba. Gagano siya. It will get your attention. Silence, the breathing part. And if you breathe during your speech, you breathe from the diaphragm. Para puno ka kung magkakargado yung lungs mo when you speak, right? But if you're from the audience, yeah, okay lang. Relax ka lang ng hinga. But if you're the one speaking, kailangan lamanan mo yan. Why? Because if you breathe from the diaphragm, parang your lungs are fuller, your voice becomes more powerful, and it makes a resonant sounding voice. Parang, especially pag wala kang microphone, no? Abot yan sa dulo. Kasi yung hinga mo from the diaphragm. Kumbaga yung buwela mo, malayo, strong. Right? Remember that. Now, ito yung speech breathing na sinasabi. Fast inhale breath, large breath punuin mo, and then long exhale. You can do this before your speech para makondisyon yung lungs mo parang. And then, slowly buga mo siya. Bukod sa makukondisyon yung lungs mo, ano siya parang it relieves stress. Yung kaba na nararamdaman mo before. Maaalis mo siya. Okay? Ganito lang yan eh. If you don't breathe on stage, you're dead. Kasi our breath gives us life. Right? If you don't breathe on stage, wala na, tapos na. That's what you have to keep in mind para madali matandaan ito. Alright? Tip number 4, gesture sparingly. When I say gesture sparingly, yun nga, avoid repeated hand gestures. Yung paulit-ulit. You only do hand gestures when you, again, common mistakes ng mga public speakers or si Ronald Bilua, sir, mimic the reading pattern. Tama po yan, sir. Even mga events host, yung sobra-sobra yung hand gesture. Parang every word, pam, 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 may bigay ng hand gesture. Nagmukha na siyang charade. Right? So, ano lang, you do hand gestures when you have to. Sir, anong gagawin if I'm not doing any hand gestures? Don't put your hands in your pocket. That's rude. Okay. Put it on your side. Sa side mo lang. Okay lang yan. And you lift one kapag may gusto kong emphasize. And if you want to give more emphasis, you do the second hand. But if you're holding a microphone, of course, one hand lang yung pwede mo gamitin. Okay? Remember, it's okay to be neutral. Yung nakatayo ka lang, okay lang yun. Especially if you're speaking in front of a crowd and you want them to focus on what you're saying, be neutral. Huwag maging distracting. Remember, some gestures are culture related. For example, in the Philippines, when we do this, it means we eat, right? We eat. But if in, let's say, Italy or India, if you do this, what are you doing? Right? What the hell's wrong with you? See, it's a different thing. So sometimes, pagka ang speaker natin ay foreigner, may mga hand gestures siya na medyo iba sa atin. So we have to consider that. Okay? Another thing is gestures can influence thought. Bakit ko nasabi yan? There was one instance in the past na may record na parang sa isang courtroom, tapos may judge, tapos may kinakasuhan, may nagkakaso, ganyan. Sometimes the lawyers are doing hand gestures to somehow influence the judgment of the jury. Halimbawa, kasalita yung opposing side. Tapos gumaganon si lawyer. Parang sabi niya, hey, this is nonsense. And then, pag nakita ng judge, parang pag-isipan niya, my point. See? See how powerful body language is? Now, tip number 5, of course, facial expressions. our intentions can be read, okay, based on our facial expression. So sa facial expression mo, tas parang doon nila makikita kung katiwa-tiwala ka ba or hindi. All right? They trust you based on your facial expression. And of course, one more thing, it's everyone understands it. Hindi niyo napansin yun? Sa buong mundo, pare-parehas ang masaya. Smile. Sa buong mundo, pare-parehas ang galit. Frowning face. See? And also sa facial expression, we have to establish good, hindi lang basta eye contact, ha? Good eye contact. Or accurate. Doon sa sinasabi mo na eye contact. Kasi may mga eye contact na medyo off eh. See? Iba. Right? And of course, here's my pro tip for everybody. One tip that can definitely help you on stage. Enjoy it and show it. Show to people that you are enjoying what you're doing. Pakita mo, the way you deliver your speech, pakita mo sa kanila nag-enjoy ka. And I'm sure nag-enjoy ka naman talaga. That's why you guys are here. If you're having a great time, the people, the audience are also going to have a good time with you. Pansin niyo yung mga stand-up comedians, ay enjoy sila sa ginagawa nila, di ba? Ano nangyayari sa mga tao? They're having fun as well. Right? You know Jokoy? Jokoy is a person who I can say knows how to maximize the stage. Whenever he performs on stage, he moves around. Left to right, right to left, whatever. He's making sure that everyone in the venue is engaged. Right? That's a good factor, or that's a good value of being a good speaker. Right? Now, this is a very, very famous line from our man, William Shakespeare. He said, all the world's a stage. If you're going to take this line from him and take this line from Sir DJ, even the smallest gestures can change the world. Okay? When you deliver a speech, you're on stage and your gestures influence people. And Shakespeare said, the world is a stage. In the world, in the real world, even the smallest forms of kind gestures can change the world. The moment you're walking around, libot-libot ka and you say hi to people you meet, you greet them with a smile, it can change their day. It can brighten up their day. Hindi mo siya sinabihan, ay, ang ganda mo, ang pogi mo. Hindi mo siya pinuri or whatever. You just flashed your smile and waved at them, and it will brighten up their day. That's the magic of body language. And just like what Benjamin Franklin said, after your speech, mas masarap pakinggan ang well done kesa sa well said. Right? Well, that's because you were able to connect what you're saying with your action. So remember that. Remember that from Benjamin Franklin. He said, well done is better than well said. So all of your performances that you've done in the comment section, medyo hindi ko na nabasa. I'm so sorry. Apologies for that. Well done, guys. I hope you put your words into action, just like everybody in the world. So, ayun po. I hope you had a great time with Sir DJ, and it's 6 p.m. Maraming salamat po for being with me from 5:20 up to 6 p.m. So, salamat. I hope you learned from me. Always keep safe, and as I always say, never stop learning because life never stops teaching. Keep safe, and see you in the next one. Bye, guys. Thank you.
Sigurado ako na marami ka na namang natutuhan sa ating ETUlay tutorial session ngayong araw. Tandaan, ito ay hindi lamang para sa ating mga mag-aaral, kundi pati rin sa ating mga minamahal na guro at mga magulang na kaagapay natin para maituloy ang pagkatuto sa kabila ng nararanasang pandemya. Patuloy ding sumubaybay sa DepEd TV para sa mga araling ginawang video episodes. Mapapanood ito mula Lunes hanggang Sabado, alas 7 ng umaga hanggang alas 7 ng gabi sa inyong mga telebisyon. Abangan bukas mula 1:00 ng tanghali ang iba pang aralin sa ating ETUlay free online tutorial session sa Filipino. I-like and subscribe at manatiling nakasubaybay sa ating ETUlay tutorial session sa DepEd Edtech Unit FB page at Educational Technology Unit channel sa YouTube at sa DepEd Tayo at DepEd Philippines social media accounts. Paalam!